The 40th anniversary edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator is upon us. Here are 6 surprising things about it I've found so far. The update comes with a selection of classic missions. These are from previous versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator, specifically Flight Simulator 2004 as well as FSX. So there's a whole range of different missions here, and the ones I've really been enjoying are the sightseeing missions. Specifically Hong Kong at dusk as well as Moonlight Miami. Now, what has been pleasantly surprising about these missions is the sheer variety. A selection of challenges here, some big long flights, some very difficult landings as well as this gorgeous sightseeing, so a real nice mix here, well worth checking out. Now, as for aircraft themselves, we've long known that the update was going to include helicopters as well as gliders, but perhaps one of the most surprising announcements was going to be the inclusion of the A310. Now, this is a study-level plane, although some people in the comment sections don't seem to like me using that phrase. Microsoft instead are using the phrase true to life. I suspect your opinion on whether it's study-level or true to life or whatever else will depend on your background in flight sims. Either way, this is an absolutely fantastic addition to the sim. Keep in mind, if you do want to have a look at it, you will need to download it from the in-sim marketplace. It won't be available by default, but it is available for free. Keeping with the subject of planes, we've got the Hercules H4. Now, this is available in sim by default. It comes with the 40th anniversary update, and as you can see, it is absolutely gorgeously modelled. This plane is a classic from the World War II era. Although it didn't quite make the war itself, it was finalised and completed shortly thereafter. It's a massive plane, very heavy, weighing in at around about £400,000. So it was a surprise to me to see just how nicely this plane has been modelled. And from the outside here, again, you can see its scale, a truly massive plane, but no doubt going to be a lot of fun to fly, especially at landing this one on water. And talking of the subject of water, one surprising addition, and this isn't directly in the sim itself as such, but it's a new availability of boats on the marketplace. Now, boats themselves as background props have been available for a very long time, but as of this update, boats are no longer just a background prop. Instead, you can purchase these, download them, and then pilot them around the various waterways and oceans and seas. Basically, you're free to go wherever you like. Now, these boats have long been available as third-party additions outside the sim, but this, as far as I'm aware, is the first time they've been available directly on the in-sim marketplace. It really does highlight the direction that Microsoft really want to go with this sim as they slowly over time continue to expand the various options. Now, talking of options, another thing that was very surprising to me is the ease of use for helicopters. So in case you'd been worrying that you might not be able to handle helicopters because generally they can be very difficult to fly, that really won't be a problem. But of course, if you are an enthusiast and you love realism, then you can disable all the options, all the assists, and make helicopters far more realistic. So there is a variety of options available for you. Now, another thing specifically with helicopters that has surprised me, even though it should have been obvious and even though to a degree I was expecting it, but it's the way that helicopters really do allow for a new appreciation of the variety of scenery within the sim. And this really does hold up regardless of where you're flying, whether it's autogen areas or whether it's photogrammetry areas, all look lovely. But yeah, somewhat harder to appreciate if you're not used to flying helicopters and you disabled all the assists. Incidentally, just another reminder, you can disable those assists in the Options Assistance menu. Anyway, helicopters, good stuff, really nice so far. Although that said, I have heard that some people on consoles are experiencing some difficulties, something for me to take a look at in another video then. Finally, moving on to what was the biggest surprise for me with Microsoft Flight Simulator's 40th anniversary edition was the inclusion of the iconic Kai Tak Airport. Now, of course, the real-world airport was closed down many years ago, but really, Kai Tak has always been an integral part, a classic part of any older flight sim, so really nice to see this included here by default. Over the years, there's been some truly stunning landing videos from flight sims at Kai Tak Airport. Take a look on YouTube, you'll find some really good ones. So looking forward to seeing what types of videos people come up with for this edition. At any rate, that brings us to an end of this video. If you found any surprises, pleasant surprises that is, in the 40th anniversary edition, do let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.